Genesis 49:5. It says, Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. Now, Simeon and Levi today are the so-called Dominicans and Haitians. So just very easily cross-referencing Dominican and Haitian, you come up with articles concerning their religious or demonic practices, if you will, their black magic. And it says, the Dominican Republic is the oldest European settlement which neighbors Haiti. The two were once one called Hispaniola before Haiti declared its independence in 1804. Although the two were once one, they resent each other. That's the evil eye towards their brother. Though they went their separate ways, they still share some of the same practices and beliefs. And there's the point. The main religion in the Dominican Republic is Roman Catholicism. The dominant religion in Haiti is voodoo. A large number of Dominicans practice voodoo or las 21 divisiones, which is Dominican voodoo. Alright, so they're both practicing the same voodoo. The Dominicans are just trying to make it their own. Dominicans do not identify their African roots, right? You know, like a lot of so-called Latinos and members of the Northern Kingdom, they have an evil eye towards their brother, so they don't really like putting that out there, that they are actual descendants of so-called black men. So they have created their own voodoo, like it makes a difference, which is accepted of those who practice it and viewed different from Haitians' voodoo practices. So there it is. Alright. Genesis 49:5, Simeon and Levi are brethren, right? Even though they ain't getting along right now and don't want to admit it. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. That's that voodoo. Alright. Alright, Genesis 49:8, moving on. It says, Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the back of thine enemies, and thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Alright, Judah's the leader, hands down. The Negro in America is the trendsetter. Alright? Here it is. Minority males emerge as influential U.S. retail trendsetters. So not only in retail, but in talents, in music, in media, it doesn't matter. Fashion, they're the trendsetters, and everybody follows suit. Not just the heathen nations, but his brothers, right? The rest of the tribes, they like following Judah in whatever trends that they're setting or whatever they're into, As it states in the scriptures, it says here that the African American male, the Negro, the so-called Negro, Judah, is the most imitated person on earth. Such is the infamous assertion of comedian and social critic Paul Mooney. You'll have to pardon Paul's hyperbole, but there's always a grain of truth in the best observational humor. And indeed, African American males, Negroes, Judites, have been long regarded as trendsetters in the consumer retail sector. And to further prove the point, right, all I did was type in Hispanic and Latino rappers. Guess what? Bam. There you are. There's Northern Kingdom, right? Following Judah in the Southern Kingdom. Identical. Down to the braids, the lineups, the tats, the pistol wielding, right? The fitteds, the new eras. I mean, you name it. We're brothers, right? And all we're doing here, the Northern Kingdom is doing, is following Big Bro. Alright? Whether they want to admit it or not, and a lot of them don't, sad to say, but 2/3 aren't going to get it. Genesis 49:8, Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise, and that's what they're doing. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. You got them Bobby Schmurdas out there that just wild as all hell. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee, and that's what they do, I see just as many Latinos, if not more, wearing Jordans, Kobe jerseys, Jordan jerseys, Emmitt Smith jerseys. I mean, you name it. We're there, and we're following Judah, right? Even if it's in wickedness, man. All right, moving on. In Genesis 49 and 13, it says, Zebulon shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for an haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zidon. Right? Zebulon, Guatemalans to Panamanians. Cross-reference Guatemala and Panama, and this is what you get. This is an old article, but it hits the point. Alright? Guatemala will become a hub of connection and logistics for worldwide trade when a highway rail cargo transport corridor linking the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans is completed. So guess what? It was Panama, and here in 2011 they were talking about passing that scepter to Guatemala, and lo and behold, that's Zebulon. Alright? All this is spiritual, okay? The idea emerged in 1998 when a group of Guatemalan business leaders saw that the global container transport would run into a potential obstacle in the Americas due to the limitations of the Panama Canal. But we've already expressed the point, so let's go back. Alright. Let's read it again. Genesis 49:13. Zebulon shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for an haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zidon. There you go, right? Haven of ships. It was Panama Canal for the longest time. Now it's moving on over to Guatemala. But still, that's the same area. So therefore, it's the same people. That's Zebulon. Alright? Genesis 49 and 14. Issachar is a strong ass couching down between two burdens. Okay, now this is Issachar, the so-called Mexicans. Okay? In 49 and 15 it says, and he saw that rest was good, that's your siesta, and the land that it was pleasant, right? He loves agriculture, he loves animals, and bowed his shoulder to bear, and became a servant unto tribute. Now here's that servant unto tribute right here. Alright, Mexico, biggest trading partners. Who is Mexico's main trading partner? Lo and behold, it's Babylon, the United States. 327.4 billion. Alright, that's heavy. Look, the next one up is only at 11. So yeah, they're a servant unto tribute, like a mug. And you know what? It's sad to say, but most of them, they actually enjoy it. Issachar just loves slaving away for the Edomite, for the oppressor. Alright? And he is what? It says, Issachar is a strong ass. He's a worker, but he's a hard-headed, stubborn one. Couching down between two burdens. Here's the two burdens right here. South America, along with Central America. Babylon. Mexico, couching down between the two burdens. They have to deal with their brothers who are making their way to Babylon, right? Giving them grief, and they give them grief right back. And then they got Babylon, who they're a servant unto, right? Paying tribute to Edom, Esau, the so-called white man. Alright?